Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a plan with me. I'm actually back planning. I put all of my sampler pack that Erin Condren gave you as a freebie with your Lifeplanner purchase. I coiled it into my planner. And so I'm actually going back and back planning on the couple of weeks I've missed. And then this is becoming my weekly planner until my planner actually starts because I was so excited. I just wanted to dive into some of these new designs. So I'm going through each of the planners. I will link below when the plan with me starts. But first, we're going to go through this planner, which is the minimal horizontal. I feel like not a lot of people have talked about the horizontal, so I am going to walk through this and show what a horizontal is all about. I had one person comment on my video where I showed all of the layouts that I didn't even know Erin Condren had a horizontal, and that's my perfect layout. So I definitely want to do a plan with me in it. It is not the layout that I'm the most comfortable with, so it will be kind of an adventure doing it with you. But first, I want to do a walkthrough of this for anyone who is doing a search for the Erin Condren horizontal. I want you to have a resource of what it looks like inside. So down below will be the timestamp of when the plan with me starts, if that is what you are here for. And we are going to be using kit 155. This was the week of Mother's Day, so I picked this very floral kit. And I'm also bringing in my Mother's Day freebie that I gave out a couple of months ago. I feel like it doesn't completely match, but it kind of matches. So I wanted to bring that in to this week because I'm going to be doing a Mother's Day theme. All right, I'm going to move these aside and then we're going to walk through this horizontal. This is the minimal horizontal layout. So this is the very, very neutral, no color theme. And I chose this cover, which I think is so beautiful. I did find this out after I had already ordered this, that if you personalize it, I put Hannah Craner, my name is on this. And if you personalize it, it also puts the year on here. So it will put 2025, 2026 on. If you don't personalize it, it will just be this little pretty floral logo on there. So I wish I wouldn't have personalized it. I'm kind of bummed that you can't choose to not have the year on there so that you can use it year after year. I probably still will use it. Again, I ordered this in 2 different colors because I loved it so much, but I personalized both of them. So I'm a little bummed. If you don't want that, don't personalize it. This is the beige one. I also ordered recently the hot pink one. It just came. It's so cute. But I wanted this neutral one. You can choose 4 different coils on here. There's gold, rose gold, the multicolor, and then this one is the platinum. This is no upcharge. This is the one that comes with, and it's actually beautiful. I love the color of silver that they use. It's really, really nice. Very white silver. It doesn't have any warmth to it. It's really, really pretty. And then when you get the minimal, the tabs are gray. So there's no color in here. It won't clash with any stickers that you want to use. It will just go with everything. I know some people love that. I have to admit that when I use a minimal, I always miss my colorful tabs. And I love the pastel or the bright colors. But I do think that it's really nice and beautiful, and it kind of like MakseLife has all gray. A lot of planner companies choose to have just neutral tabs, but I personally really love colorful tabs. It's something that I always miss. All of the planners this year come with a just plain vellum, and then this is what the Minimal's name page looks like. And of course, I got the horizontal layout. I really, really like the minimal fonts this year. They're a little bit less bold. They're really easy to read. They're not quite as bold as the hexagon fonts, and they're not quite as scripty and fancy as the bouquet. They're just kind of in between, and I really, really like it. This is what each of the tabs look like. They're all very simple. They have this like harbor gray with white lettering on them. So I'm not going to flip through all of them, but you can see that the month is kind of cropped off of the bleed on each of these. Sorry if you can hear my printer. I'll wait for a second for it to stop. Sometimes my printer just wants to let me know that it's here. I'm not even using it, but it will just rev up a little bit. Anyway, they're all like this. I really love the font here, and I love how it's cropped off. I think it's kind of modern and classy and really nice. So I love these with them being just big and blank. I've seen people use this as a memory page for the month, and they'll put pictures at the end of the month of what happened in January, which I think is really pretty. I've seen other people use this as like a bucket list for the month. You can use it as a notes page. Really, it just makes it so it's an open, you can do anything with it page. You have your 18-month, year and a half at a glance here. It goes July 2025 through December of 2026. You can choose with these planners for them to be a July, August, or a January start. I chose a January start in this one. So this one actually doesn't start until January of 2026. Here is your 12 box page. A little progress each day adds up to big results. And it's completely colorless. So many things that you can do with this. It could be your months. I should maybe do a video on different ideas that you can do with this page. That would be fun. I'm going to do that because I have several planners I could practice on. You have a notes page before you get into your month. So like I said, I chose January, and you may notice because I chose January, I did not get those add-on months, which makes sense that it would be weird to have like May and June in here. So you can't start this one early if you choose the January. And then here is what the month looks like in the minimal planner. Completely blank, total blank slate. I love the fonts. Very readable, just a big notes section here. I love the Erin Condren monthly page. And then here is the monthly productivity page. A lot of us called this the monthly dashboard page before. No color. Again, the minimal planner has nothing on it. So it leaves it so open for you to do whatever you want. I really love that they didn't label these boxes as well. So it leaves it really open-ended. I have my new monthly dashboard kits that fit on here that aren't covering up this beautiful paper. They just make little headers and make this a quick usable space. Then you have a notes page on the minimal. This will always be that kind of harbor gray up here. If you have the bouquet or the colorful, this will match the color of the month. And then here is what the weekly looks like in this layout. If you have the colorful or the bouquet, each of these boxes has a header with the color strip on it. In fact, I'll show you the one that we're designing in this week. We're going to be using this one. So this is the bouquet color scheme. So it's kind of this orangey color for May. And you have the monthly strip up here, the color, and then the month is in color here. So that's the difference. If you have the colorful hexagon, this will just be the brighter color that matches the monthly tab. These tabs here. So there you have an example of what it would look like. I love these fonts. I love them. Erin Condren really loves their lowercase months. So they are lowercase in this. I believe they're lowercase in all of the layouts. And then on the horizontal, all of your holidays will be listed right here on the top line. Very small. These boxes here are just smaller than a full box. I know a lot of people use my kits in here, and the full box stickers were just a touch too big for it, and a lot of people just cut it down. So here's what the full boxes are, and they would just have to cut them down a little bit. I had some requests to make them into square full boxes. So these are 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch, which would fit in here. They're not like the exact size of this, and I did that so that you could use the square boxes in any of the layouts. So they're 1.5 by 1.5, kind of more that standard square box size, but they will fit in here, and that's what I'm going to be using today. So if you want to see the difference, these are my new B2 sheets. These are my standard B sheets. So when you're ordering my weekly kit, you have 2 options for the A's, 2 options for the B's, and these are it. So they're pretty much the same. These are just shorter, and because of that, you do get an extra 4 of the quarter boxes. So here you get 8 full boxes and 4 quarter boxes. Here you get 8 square boxes and 8 quarter boxes. So you can choose between either one of those. I actually love these in all of the layouts because they take up a little less space than these, although I really love these too. It kind of just depends on what I feel like doing that I'm going to be flipping back and forth. Today I'm going to be using those. At the end of this planner, after the last week, you will have a notes section, and you have 8 notes pages. And then on this particular planner, I actually added in one of their add-on options, and I added in the goals section. I've actually never looked at this before. I've never had one. So in some of my planners, I have the budget. This one, I chose the goals. You can also add on more notes pages or productivity pages, but I wanted to see what their goals section looks like because I know so many of us love to have our goals integrated into our planner. So this first page is a guide to goal setting, and then this does look a lot like their goal setting notebook. So I have had that before. You set a goal over here, your start date, your milestones, ideal completion date when you'd like to finish that, details on the goal, and then you have action steps, inspiration, and then here is a progress tracker. There's a different box for each month of the year, and then a notes section down here so you can keep track of the progress you're making on that goal. And you have, I think I counted 19 goals that you can track. So that's a lot. It's a lot of progress. You might use this for more than 1 year. And then celebrate the big wins at the end of the year. Celebrate the wins, big and small, progress so far, accomplishments, and then you have this note section before it gets into the normal end pages. So you have heritage and awareness observances, your Let's Keep in Touch page. Here you have your 2027 year at a glance, where you have 3 different checklists on each month and a note section at the bottom. And then this is what the minimal stickers look like. You have these beautiful pastel colors. I believe these are the same colors that are in the bouquet. And then you have the back appointment labels, and every design gets the same folder at the end. And that is your minimal horizontal. So let's get planning in our horizontal. I am back planning in this planner, and this is the bouquet. It is the one that they put inside this book that you may have received with your order, the sampler pack. And we are doing this May 5th to May 11th, which was last week, bouquet horizontal. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put one of these boxes in each of these boxes. I think that would be a really fun thing to do. I know some people put pictures in each of these boxes. Some people use that for like their appointments or different things. I mean, obviously this is very open-ended, but I just thought this would make it a little bit more fun, and I also want to keep this kind of simple. I think this is really fun and adds some fun color into this. And actually this like khaki orange color that is May, which is probably my least favorite of the colors that they have in that bouquet line. I don't know why they didn't make it a little bit less like khaki. I would have liked it to be a little bit peachier or something. So I added all of those boxes in. I think that looks really cute. And then I'm going to take this and draw a dotted line down all of my days. I'm going to separate my appointments from the tasks that I did last week. I know that's silly to go and add on. And normally if I back plan, I don't add tasks on. I just want to showcase how I would do it if this was the planner I was using. And I started it late, so I'm not going to put the dashed line on the notes section, just on the days. And this obviously would be faster if you don't want to do a dotted line. You could just draw a straight line and not be as silly as me. But I actually really like doing, really like doing the dotted lines. All right, so I'm going to use my journaling kit for this, and I'm trying to decide if I want to use these. With the journaling kit, you actually get 2 days of the week. So you get these ones, which I love, or you get these like flag ones. I think the flag ones might be perfect for the horizontal to cover that up. Oh, those look really cute. Okay. I do love the look of those big ones, but I think that this one just will work better for this horizontal. And then I want to use this flag banner thing and put it down here for the notes section. This is the journaling kit sheet B, and I think I'm going to add this ripped thing to the top of each of these. Then I'm taking a clean color dot and I'm going to add my to-do list on each of these days. This side is going to be my schedule that I'm going to add in. On Sunday, I'm going to add my Happy Mother's Day from the freebie that I gave out. I'm just going to put it in there. I kind of want to add my mom here. Let's see if it will fit in. I don't know if I left enough room. These are on transparent paper. My freebies always come on matte paper, but I was just testing it out on this transparent. Let's see if I can add my mom in. Oh, it actually fits great. Okay. So there's my Mother's Day freebie, and then I'm going to add, I think I'm going to add a little butterfly. I'm going to put the little butterfly here. So this is what the transparent stickers look like. They are obviously transparent. And also my transparent stickers, all of my decor sheets come on matte sticker paper, or you can choose, like here is the transparent one that goes with this kit. So they will look more like this. I'm going to use these sticker things to mark my workouts for each day. So I'm going to put that right here next to each of the days. And then I can write down what I did for those workouts. I try to keep track of that so that I can know what I'm doing from week to week and look back on the progress I've made. If I hit any PRs, I will write those down as well, so that I try to keep track of any weights that I do, like a special weight, so that I can try to beat it or try to hit it again the week after. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I don't work out on Sunday, so I'm gonna leave that one blank. And then I'm just gonna go back and fill out any appointments we had. I might put pictures in to here, put my tasks that I got done those days. Even though I'm back planning, it will be nice to look back on. I actually really like this layout. This is giving me like, maybe this could be a really usable layout. I'm not going to fill everything out on this, so you can just see like before the pen on this, since we're doing a back planning. But this is for sure how I would use this layout if I was. I love the square boxes. I actually really like having, this is giving me kind of compact vertical vibes over here, but I think it is beautiful. I think it's such a fun layout and actually super, super functional. It's making me think about my plans for next year. This also would be a really great journaling kit. You can do journaling. I've heard that horizontal is really good for people who like lists. So you can write your big long list if you don't want to do the separator and just write longer lists. This makes it more of like a vertical for me. I like having things separated in vertical columns, and it just makes it a little bit more orderly for me to separate it that way. But I hope that this was helpful and gave you some ideas if you are a horizontal user on how you would use it. If you are interested in getting any of these stickers, I will link them below. I do have a coupon code for all my YouTube viewers, and if you're interested in picking up Erin Condren, I am a creator affiliate with Erin Condren, and I will have that link below, as well as a Google form if you do feel like coming back and filling that out. You just need your order number and total. For some reason, Erin Condren's affiliate thing is not tracking our orders, and I'm only getting credit for about 90% of the sales that go through. So you don't have to. I definitely don't want to. It's kind of awkward, I think, for me to even ask that. So if you don't feel like coming and filling it out, totally get it. But if you do, I really, really appreciate it. And I will talk to y'all very soon. See ya, bye. I didn't think I was going to come back and show this. So this is editing Hannah coming back, but I went back in, filled out my to-dos that I had in on my daily planner. I kind of filled them in just to see what it would look like. And I put in all of our appointments that we had, and I kind of fell in love. This is making me rethink my whole planning lineup. But my horizontal doesn't start until January, so I at least have to wait until that time to do it. But I really like this layout. I've never tried a horizontal except in MakseLife, and I didn't like it in the MakseLife that much. It just wasn't working for me at that time in my life, but I really, really like it. I feel like it's so organized. But you know what? I really think the dashboard kind of has this kind of idea here where I can do my lists for the day, and then I think this might still work out and still be the thing that I love. But I really, really like this. I almost like it more when I look at the hourly that we did for this week. I almost like this better, which is crazy because I've always loved the hourly. I don't know.